Thank you.
That's great.
Going inside the memorial, there is no filming. You could take pictures, apparently. Everybody was doing that, but I was told not to film, so I didn't. So I'll throw some pictures up, and that's why there's none of that. We're gonna go down to the flight line and see what the remnants are of that as of right now. They're being on top of the world up here.
turned around, came towards its target, which was the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Just 15 minutes later, at 8:14, United 175 took off. Also from Boston, also destined for Los Angeles, also took off fairly close to on time, also hijacked fairly quickly after takeoff, turned around towards its target, which was the South Tower of the World Trade Center. Just 6 minutes after United 175 took off from Boston, at 8:20, American 77 took off from Dulles, Washington, D.C. American 77 also destined for Los Angeles, also took off fairly close to on time, also hijacked fairly quickly after takeoff, turned around, pointed towards its target, Washington, D.C. So now Flight 93. Flight 93 is scheduled to depart Newark, New Jersey, destined for San Francisco. Has anybody ever flown out of Newark, New Jersey and flown on time? Yeah, probably not, because Newark was, and I believe still is, known for flight delays. It is somewhat, thankfully, a flaw in the terrorist plan that the Georgia flight out of Newark, New Jersey. Flight 93 had two very important delays. The first occurred in Newark, and it was delayed taking off. So right off the bat, Flight 93 was behind that small window of time that the terrorists wanted. Flight 93 was off 8:22. Just 4 minutes later, American 11 struck the North Tower of the World Trade Center at 8:46. If you were paying attention that morning, you were watching the news or heard it on the radio or whatever, and you heard about this plane flying into the World Trade Center, you probably thought it was some weird accident. You know, how in the world could that happen? It was clear blue sky all across the country that morning. They call it severe clear. You know, how in the world could that happen? It had to be some kind of a weird accident. But 17 minutes later, at 9:03, and 9:03 is a very important time for the morning of September 11th, 2011. At 9:03 a.m., United 175 struck the South Tower. When that happened, that's when we all knew. No weird accident. We all knew the future was delivered to
So we're here. Flight path, current location, name falls, which is that way. Burned hemlock trees, which should be right back there. So there is the rock, and this is the debris field all through here. Right over those trees. They overtook it. We were right up there earlier. You do get to drive your car, but there's also a lot of nice hiking spots, which is nice. Okay, so I think I misspoke. The rock, it did not come from this way, which is what I thought it was pointing at. The memorial is actually pointing where it came over the hill, right down. That is the rock that it crashed next to. All of these hemlock trees were burned, which have now grown back, but you could tell a big plot of them didn't make it because of the fire, and they had to cut them down or take them out and whatnot. But it would have came right over that hilltop, right over where Beck and the kids are almost, and crashed right down there. Again, just sitting here with just listen to the silence. And on that September 11th day, you just hear that sound. And then, as a lot of the signs around here say, an ordinary field turned into a memorial because of brave men and women who took over the terrorists. So I don't know if you noticed, but all the walls in there are made of that hemlock.
Mm-hmm.
It's just eerie how quiet it is here. And then to think that noise came. And then we'll walk up to the names.
That's where the crash happened. That symbolizes where the crash happened and it slid.
And this wall is right on the path of the crash, if you could tell from up there, which goes right there. It's a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to stop by, it's well worth out of the drive. It's a short visit, but it's a memorable one, especially if you were alive during that time. Another little pull-off stop here with a little signage. tell something not good happened. Kind of the view from where we stopped. Pretty eerie that it's just out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 3,000 feet elevation, aren't we?
Mhm.
There goes the Walmart truck. I mean, if you could imagine, because I mean, this isn't a park. It's a park now, but if you could just imagine, just if you were here, like if this was a hiking trail,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
And then we'll go down to the crash site here in a second. But it is not an easy drive to get up here. It's I don't think we have 12 to 15 mile an hour winds today, but
No.
maybe you can check that and we'll listen to it later, or maybe during it. I don't know. But it stands 93 feet for the flight number. And I don't know if we're here on like a slow time or if this is seen very much, but not a lot cooking. I mean,